Kiva. Hello, baby. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's video. My name is Kenzie. If you did not know that, now you know. And you guys, today, I just wanna, okay. So first things first, I just want to thank each and every one of you. I know that I have quite a bit of new people on this channel. Thank you so much for deciding to subscribe to me. I really appreciate it. I know if you're coming from Raph's channel, the Metatron, I know if you're coming from his channel and that you wanted to see this, thank you. I really appreciate it so much. Some of you may like makeup content, others of you may not care for it very much, which I totally understand, and I know you are just doing it to be nice, so thank you so much. To kind of, you know, say thank you myself, I really wanted to do this kind of video because I know since you guys do follow Raph and you subscribe to him and you are like history buffs or you like the medieval times, stuff like that, I really wanted to do this video for you guys as kind of like a thank you, and I really hope that you like it. What we're doing today is, if you could tell by the title, we are going to be doing a medieval, historically accurate look, which I'm very excited about and I'm very nervous. If you did not come from Raph's channel, and if you're just here, if you were already here, thank you so much for being here as well. I really appreciate it. So you don't worry about any of this. I'm just... But hopefully you like this video as well, because I'm actually super hyped about it. It's gonna be super fun. Yeah, let's get started. And if you're new to this channel, then hello, I'm so happy to have you. Don't forget you can click the subscribe button to become part of this weird, awesome makeup family. So, first things first, I want to say thank you to my boyfriend Raph, Metatron. He did literally all the research on this video because that's really what he's good at. I tried to do some on my own and then I told him like what I found and he was like, where'd you find that from? And I said, like Wikipedia and everything. He goes, he told me, he was like, Wikipedia is the devil. So we definitely don't use Wikipedia over here. We don't know her. So I let him take control over the research. So thank you so much, babe. If you see this, I really appreciate it. So yeah, he did all the research on this, and then he actually did send me a video from a YouTube channel. They're an Austrian channel, which is super cool. I'll have obviously Raph's information and this Austrian channel and the link to where I got this from in the description, because I cannot pronounce their YouTube name. Right here. Right there, that's their name. But let's get started. I know I've rambled so much. I'm really excited about it, like genuinely I am. But we're gonna be doing a medieval time period makeup look, and then at the end of that, because there's not too many steps that they did, and then after that I'm going to kind of spice it up just a tiny bit and make it a bit more modern 2020 and kind of build off of what we did with the actual medieval historical makeup look. I need a bowl of water. Hold on. I got my bowl of water. The first thing that women in the Middle Ages would do is they would absolutely wash their face, just like we would now. So that's really good. So they would wash their face with soap and water. I'm not gonna use soap on my skin today because my face is so dry just in general. I don't want to make it any drier. So I am just going to use my fingers and maybe this little face halo. This is just something that I have with me. But the most famous soap they would have is Castile soap, which would be pretty much reserved for like lords and ladies if you could afford it. So I do not have Castile soap, but I do have some water. So I am going to dip my fingers in here, and they would use their hands. Obviously, I know that my outfit and my hair is not accurate to the time period, so I do apologize. We're just doing the makeup part today. Now I know it's obviously not historically accurate to have a face halo, but I just want to make sure that I do get all of the dead skin off of my face because I do have very dry skin, so I normally do this anyways. I normally wash my face before putting on any kind of makeup just because if I don't, it will be Crack City. Now after this they would use some kind of facial cream. It was a Roman recipe, but they still used it in the medieval times. They still liked it. So I'm going to use my equivalent of a facial cream, which is a moisturizer. So I am going to put on a little bit of moisturizer here just so my skin will be nice and hydrated. And please don't mind this friend we have today she popped up yesterday and she's kind of just being a freeloader and she won't leave. I apologize, but I'm sure women and men in the Middle Ages had breakouts too. Okay, and then one thing from the research that we found is that in the medieval times, they loved rose water. Like, they were obsessed with it. They used it in pretty much everything. So I have the equivalent of today's rose water. This is like a rose spray. It's a hydrating rose facial spray, and I'm so happy that I have this. So I'm just like, yes, please give me some of that. And next, they would normally go in with a pigment. So I do not have this pigment. Back in the Middle Ages, they did love to make their skin appear more pale. So they would use a pigment mixed with rose water mixed with a rose water to create that effect. Now I do have rose water here, which I have used, but I don't have that pigment that they used, so I am going to go in with a little bit of concealer. I know that this part is not historically accurate when it comes to concealer, but I do want to give the illusion that my skin is a little bit lighter than it actually is to kind of fit that time period. So I am going to put on a little concealer, and I'll do a little under my eyes here. I'm gonna cover up that spot on my chin, a little on my forehead, because I don't want to do too much, because I know that when it comes to like base makeup, they didn't really have stuff like that, so I don't want to use too much here. So there is that. My skin is a little bit whiter now, but it's definitely not, you know, like a 2020 full coverage beat or anything. It is definitely still very natural, and it's very pretty in my opinion. I do like it. Next up, they would do blush, again with pigment and, you guess, rose water. So I don't have pigment again for the blush, but I do have these blushes right here, and these are cream blushes. I did want to use something that would be a little more light, because I wouldn't think they'd be going in with like a super heavy hand when it comes to blush. I think they just wanted to give a little bit of color to the cheeks, so I am going to be going in with a light hand of these blushes right here. I do like to mix them just to give a nice rosy flush. I'm really focusing that on the apples of the cheeks. From what I've seen and from that video that I watched, they didn't go, you know, like up here like we do with blush nowadays. It did, like it was a tiny bit, but it really pretty much stayed on the apples of the cheeks. And I didn't see them put any blush on the forehead or the chin or the nose. I would normally go in and put a little on my chin or on my forehead, but I don't see them do that, so we're not going to do that today. And then the next thing, it is a kind of lip potion. And this lip potion would consist of honey and this kind of plant called bryony that had berries on it. So they would use that mixed together and they would put that on their lips. Obviously I do not have bryony around here, so I am going to use something. Since it had berries in it, I'm going to make the assumption that it was kind of like a pinkish reddish tone. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. This actually may be a tiny bit, well, maybe not, maybe it'd be okay. I'm literally just giving my lips a touch of color, because they wouldn't be, you know, out there putting on like lip liner and a full-on liquid lipstick. So, and you guys, this is it. This is all they did for the historically accurate medieval noble woman. So I actually really like this. It's very, very light. I feel like I have no makeup on. It looks really natural. It looks very pretty, and I genuinely like it a lot. It's really nice, honestly. There's no brows, there's no eyeshadow or anything like that, so we are keeping those bare for right now anyways. But yeah, you guys, this is the medieval look. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears a little bit and we are going to make this a tiny bit more modern. I'm really excited how this part turned out. I think it's really nice and pretty and I love it to bits. But we are going to add a little bit of extra flair to the look. It's still going to be medieval inspired, but I'm not gonna do like a full-on 2020s bake with like bronzer and powder and all that stuff. I'm still keeping it pretty natural, but we are going to put in a tiny more 2020 flair, things that they may not had back then, but we are still keeping it in the medieval time kind of thing. So first thing that I'm going to do is my brows. So I'm gonna do those really quick off camera and then I'll come right back. Okay, brows are done, and I wanted to kind of keep it a bit more natural, not super, you know, bushy brows or anything like that, just something a bit more natural like they would have. And now we're gonna go into a tiny little bit of highlight. I don't know why I had such a southern accent just then. I did opt for a more creamy highlight. I didn't want to use something that was too blinding or anything like that, but I just wanted to add a tiny little bit of, you know, dimension into the face when it comes to like the cheekbones, but nothing super like crazy or anything. I still wanted to be, you know, quite dewy and natural and pretty. I'm not gonna add any like foundation or anything because I've already done my blush, so I'm just not gonna go back in with foundation and have to redo my blush. Next, we're gonna move on to a little bit of eye makeup. Now, contrary to popular belief, I know in a lot of movies that you see, like medieval movies or anything like that, you see a lot of people dressed in very plain clothing to where it's not very colorful, or it's like kind of like brown or black, or very just kind of dreary or just plain clothing. Believe it or not, they loved color. They would wear like yellows and blues and stuff like that. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of blue eyeshadow today. I don't know how well that's gonna go with this pink lip, but you know, what can you do? This is actually the Glossier kind of Skywash. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, and it's in the shade Pool, so it's a blue. I haven't used this yet. It's my first time using it. I'm excited. And I think it's like supposed to be like a really sheer kind of wash of color. It is. So it's super duper sheer, but I think that's really good for this vibe we're going for today. Because you didn't want it to be like super bold, and this is something that you can just apply with your fingertips. It is buildable, so I'm not going to make it too bright. I'm gonna leave it like that. That's actually really pretty and I'm super into it. Maybe I'll just buff out the outer corners just a hair. And there we go. That's so pretty. I actually like this a lot. I really do. So it dries down matte. And then the last thing I'm actually gonna put on is a little bit of mascara. I have one from Glossier again. This is the Lash Slick, and I've never used this before. I'm really excited about it. And it's very natural. Like, Glossier is one of those brands that is like super duper natural. I'm not sponsored by Glossier, by the way. I'm saying their name quite a lot, but I'm not sponsored. Okay, mascara is done, and I'm going to change the lip color just a little bit, just to go with these eyes a little bit better. I am still going to do something very, very light, but I'm going to use this Colourpop Luxe liquid lipstick just to do like a little wash of a more nudish kind of pinky color. And you guys, this is the completed look that we went from historically accurate medieval noble woman to 2020 kind of more modern, but still had that medieval flair. It is still very light, it is still very minimal, but it is very, very pretty. And you guys, that is going to be the video for today. I really hope that you did enjoy it. Which was your favorite? The traditional medieval makeup look or the kind of new age 2020 version? I like them both, honestly. I genuinely do. But yeah, you guys, I really hope that you did enjoy the video. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for deciding to subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you're not new, if you have been watching me for a little while, thank you so much for your continued support. I appreciate it so much. And I hope everyone enjoyed this video, even if you like history or medieval things, or even if you're just here for the makeup. I really hope that this helped both categories and you kind of got to see a little bit of new makeup used as well. I will definitely be using these in other tutorials and other makeup videos, so don't worry. I will definitely be using all this stuff again. But yeah, you guys, that's going to be the video for today. I really hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, then go ahead and click up the like button for me and then subscribe if you want to. If you want to see the videos that I post when I post them, click the little bell down the bottom there. Again, my name is Kenzie. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.